Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Earth It's Den. And in this episode, I want to talk to you guys about support, what it really means to put people on, quote unquote. We're going to put that in space quotes. And just kind of like receiving it and giving it, and each one teach one, and blah, 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 blah. So anyways, before we get into this episode, I just want to thank everybody so much for tuning in. One of the things that I have definitely noticed, one of the things that I've noticed when it comes to support and people, right? You got a lot of people who walk around and talk about, oh, no, nobody support me. Nobody supports my business. All it takes is a like and a share, right? They're sharing all this stuff. You know what I mean? But the truth is that deep down inside, you can't even receive that. Like, you don't even have it in your heart to even receive it. You don't have enough space in your heart to even receive good love, good energy, because you harboring so much negative energy. Like, you're focusing so much on the fact that people don't support you, that anything a person does for you, it's kind of just goes over your head because you're so fixated in your narrative of people not supporting you. I can't tell you how many times I know for me, I'm not even going to speak for myself personally because I'm just not, right? I'm just not, right? Like, I feel like this is just something that I've just noticed with a lot of people. And a lot of people talk about like, oh, I want to put people on, I want to see people win. But a lot of people really don't have a heart like that. You know what I mean? And this isn't me putting out negative energy or just kind of having like a negative outtake on this. This is real life. And this is what I've witnessed with a lot of people, man. I've definitely even seen it for myself. I'm going to speak on me personally because honestly, I was like, for that moment, I thought about how to actually explain this without considering myself and like kind of personalizing it. But yeah, a lot of people I've definitely recognized, like people really are in a space where it's like they can't receive it. Like I've gone out my way to really just show that love because it's so abundant for me. You know what I mean? I have that to give. I never doubted my success. I never doubted the things that I would do. And you know what I mean? I really believed it within myself. And I really did want to see people win. And I knew for me all along, I had enough for that. You know what I mean? Like I had enough for that. Like in regards to my gifts, first of all, God is my source. You know what I mean? So it never runs out. So I'm always spilling over. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to certain areas. Now, of course, I have to take care of myself in regards to my mental, my spirit, all those things. Yes. But overall, what God has given me, it's more than enough. And so it's always, my cup is definitely running over in those spaces. And I've always wanted to share that with others. But a lot of people have a very hard time receiving that. You know what I mean? A lot of people can't even receive the compliment, because they always think it's backhanded, or they think that, you just out to get them, or you hating, or you trying to be funny. You know what I mean? And it's really sad. Honestly, it's really sad. And so I think when it comes to that messaging, a lot of people just gotta check themselves. You know what I mean? Like, just be real with yourself. Just check yourself and really ask yourself, like, are people supporting me? You know what I mean? Just because, no, they didn't buy the shirt. Okay, they posted the picture. Like, I think this is what I talk about in that podcast episode last season where I talked about being self-reliant. We rely too much on others. So it's like anything, like, just have a grateful heart. Period. Just have a grateful heart. So anything somebody do for you, it's like, oh man, thank you so much. Like, I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes we just feel so entitled to people. We feel so entitled to people's responses. Oh no, this person shared my post. Oh, she ain't really supporting me because I wanted her to buy the product. Like, what? You know what I mean? And it's crazy because it's just those little things. It goes the same with like relationships. I see people who really show up for people, like really show up. They may not have all the money, you know what I mean? They may not have bought you there. They may not have took you there, or they may not have, showed up in those ways, but they show up for you emotionally. They show up for you spiritually. You know what I mean? They'll sit on the phone, pray with you, listen to you talk, and you know what I mean? Help you get through some things, share their experiences with you. You know what I mean? So this road of yours, that journey of yours can be a little bit smoother down the line while they share what they've been through, give you some perspective, give you some insight on your season. Give you some wisdom for what's coming next. You know what I mean? But the thing is, this society is so backwards, man. I talk about this in my book Seasons. Like, everything is so backwards. It's like that stuff is not appreciated. People want you, it's like above and beyond. And it's like, it's just such a culture full of, just like the discontented and the disheartened. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. It really is. And so at the end of the day, I just kind of wanted to get on here and let everybody know, like, hey, what a person does for you, it does not matter. You know what I mean? Count everything with significance and just know that you're not entitled to anything. Nobody has to do anything for you. You know what I mean? So I don't care if it's a stranger. I don't care, somebody liking your post, showing you love, sharing your art. It doesn't matter. Like, Respect that. Reciprocate that energy. You know what I mean? Like when I say respect it, I mean acknowledge it. Acknowledge it, period. Like you need to acknowledge it. You know what I mean? And I think that's just the biggest thing. And we get so uppity when we start, you know what I mean, seeing a certain level, or we feel like, you know what I mean? And I'm just here to say right now, none of that matters. Like in the end, at the end of the day, none of this is coming with us. You know what I mean? And it's so true. One of the things I did see online, and I thought this was some relevance to this, and it was just talking about how, if you knew how soon people forget when you die, you would not be wasting all your time impressing people. You really wouldn't. Now, that may be a little off topic, but in many ways, it's in relation to this conversation. And, that's just kind of something I wanted to share with people, because I've noticed that. Like, I'm like, dang, what is it with people? You show them a little bit of love. They can't receive it. They kind of like, oh, okay, real standoffish, real rude. Like, and so to me, this is why I talked about in that last episode, y'all, and I'm done with this here. Test the spirits, okay? Test the spirits. A lot of people talk a good, positive, they're this, they're that, but their energy is so off. That's not the way they're moving. You know what I mean? Like if you are a positive person, you are a person who has pure intentions. Like when you meet these type of people, it's going to be repulsive, and you're not even going to understand why this person's repelling. You know what I mean? Like, why is this person reluctant to receive your love, your light, and your energy? You know what I mean? To receive your support. And just know at the end of the day, it's just because that's not really, you know what I mean? And yes, of course, it has something to do with self-worth, but I think a little bit like beneath the surface, there is some negativity there that, you know what I mean, is really causing that to be like something that's really repulsive, because everybody say they want love, but it's like, can you receive it? So just really do the work. Like I said, it doesn't always have to necessarily be jealousy, but if it's insecurity, whatever it is, like, and this is really important too, especially if you are a business owner or you're an artist and you are in a space where you're meeting people and you're networking. I don't care what nobody say. I really believe that you could go far by knowing people and making connections. You know what I mean? So, hey. That's what I think. But at the end of the day, don't forget to be self-reliant and always have a grateful heart. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. And I hope everybody has a great day.